Hey guys, happy Tarot Tuesday, aka how to make the best of the week ahead. It is a new moon in Cancer yet again. Typically it would be a new moon in Leo, but we are still sitting under the beautiful, intuitive, receptive, emotional sign of Cancer, which is helping us sort of check in with ourselves emotionally one last time to dig deep and figure out what is in alignment and what isn't before we enter the real fiery, upbeat, passionate, outwards, extroverted sign of Leo, which is literally just around the corner. So today is an opportunity just to sit back and be like, cool, what have I been feeling? What has been limiting me? And also a few other little astrological things that are going on right now are helping us evaluate what our priorities mean to us, what it means to be working towards our goals, to be achieving what we desire, and also our relationship with our work and our relationship with our balance and our understanding of what it means to work hard and to achieve and all of that jazz, all of that type of stuff, okay? But let's get into the cards to help us make sense of some of my crazy wizard rambling. So let's start off zoomed out a little bit. What is happening on a big, cosmic, energetic, universal level to everyone, including the earth and everything else that is around us? We have earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. So I've been hearing the call to keep myself out of that really heady intellectual place, because I'm seeing people around me slip into that space and it's just not serving us at this point in time. It is too easy to get lost in everything that is outside of you, or everything that is, I want to say outside of you, because half the time the shit that we make up in our head isn't real anyway. It's just stories that we like to tell. It's little things that we like to do and say to keep us limited and to keep us sort of held back. So the way we heal from that and the way that we get our reality checks is to go out into the world and be in what is real, which is the goddamn earth, the goddamn world, nature, everything that lives and breathes and that is beautiful and that nourishes us. We've got pulse of the mother, so we are having this calling, the earth is calling us in towards her, because when we spend time in nature, not only are we nourished, but we also nourish our planet, we nourish our earth, we give her the attention that she gives to us, and we enter this communion with our planet, where we allow ourselves to be in conversation with greater forces. And this really helps us to just come back to ourselves, our true selves, connecting with the mother, because the mother inherently knows who we are. She birthed us, she nurtures us, she feeds us. And so I've been hearing the calling to really just go out into the world, to spend time in nature, to get out into the sun, to go for swims, to go for hikes. If you didn't end up having that journey from last week that we talked about, then make sure it happens this week, because it's interesting how many people around me actually went away in that week or that weekend. And I did too, and I had my little journey, and I'm going to keep it happening. And this is still a really brilliant opportunity for you to go out and have some sort of connection with the world around you. Slow down is a big one, okay? So this is going to start to bleed into the rest of the reading. So let's zoom in a little bit further. What is happening to our world right now? What is happening to us as a society, as a peoples? I don't know. What is happening to us collectively as a society? What is happening to us as humanity? What we have is the Knight of Wands. Now, I can't think of anything more appropriate entering the Leo sun tomorrow and over the next month. We have the Lord of Flame and Lightning, fire in fire, and that is totally Leo energy, okay? We have this warrior energy galloping down. He's got lightning striking all around him. He's got his flaming wand. We've got like the free spirit horse's head looming over him. So there's a lot of movement. First thing we see is this flightiness, this action, this forwardly directed motion, this clarity of vision where it's like, fuck, this is what I feel. This is what is important to me. This is my passion. This is my purpose. I know what my soul craves. I know what I desire, and I'm fucking ready to go out and get it. I'm done screwing around. I've got my eye on the prize, and it's time to go. It's time to grind. It's time to do the work that I need to do. It's time to be out in the world. It's time to make shit happen. Okay, so on one hand, we've got this real sort of feminine energy, connect with the world, slow down, and then we've got the Knight of Wands where he's like, bitches, I've connected with my soul purpose and I'm ready to live it. I'm ready to become it. Yeah, Wands, fire. It's all about the soul, the spirit, the purpose, the passion, the inner fire, the inner drive, the intrinsic motivation. So it could seem like a little bit of a contradiction at this point, but I think not, because I've really been thinking about my relationship with work and with my desire to achieve and with my output and with my action and with my determination. And I'm starting to understand that in order to be a high functioning, high achieving individual, in order to be your best, hard work is implied. And when hard work is implied, then rest and replenishment is also inherently implied if you are actually genuinely focused on being your best. Because we cannot have solely that real masculine, that real fiery go, 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 because you're going to drop. You're going to burn out, you're going to drop dead. And so as we approach Leo season, you're going to start to feel the calling inside of yourself to achieve and to push and to grind. And I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to go here and I want to have that and I want to see this and I want to become that. And let this fuel you. Let this fuel you and start to make that shit happen right fucking now. But make it happen 5 days a week and then 2 days on the weekend. Make sure that you slow the fuck out and you take time away and you say, damn, look how much work I did this week. Look how much I achieved. Look how well I'm doing. Cool. Time to chill out. Time to kick back. When is your time to grind and when is your time to pull back? So on a really big level, we are being asked to flow. This is what I believe, to flow, to understand how to achieve that sense of balance where we're grinding when we need to, but we're ultimately pulling back and coming back to that sense of harmony and equilibrium and pleasure and nourishment. Because inherently at the core, if you are particularly really externally focused right now, there's a lot of whack shit going down in the world. And so cosmically, we are being called just to be fed and nourished and to feed and nourish our planet and our world. But if we zoom in a little bit, each and every one of us is being called to pursue our purpose harder than ever. Because as much as we need to slow down and be hippies and flow and all that type of shit, we also have a duty to achieve and to help others and to be better, because really, when everything's falling to shit, the best thing we can do is be our best, okay? And so that leads us to our own soul, individual purpose. We have this big need to slow down and to nourish. We have this collective societal need to pursue our passion, to pursue our purpose, and to start making shit happen for ourselves. And individually, we yet again have the energy of the Fool, where you are being asked to understand that we are entering a new phase, a new cycle. So we're entering our new lunar cycle, with the new moon today. We're entering the sun in Leo coming tomorrow. And we're also entering the second half of the year, where if you're in Australia like me, we're starting to climb our way back up to summer. If you're on the other side of the world, you're starting to think about moving into winter. And so shit's going to start changing. Your energy is going to start shifting because we are in that later stage of July. And what you're being reminded of is the Fool is like not number one in the tarot, it's number 0. It is the hero in the hero's journey. It's not the journey, but it's the hero himself. So who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? And remember, you've done this before. We've started again so many times before. We've started from scratch so many times before. And what the Fool understands is that everything lies ahead of him. And so you really need to check your focus right now. How aware are you of your own personal reality? How in tune are you with yourself and with the shit that matters to you? How able are you to stay close to this right now, okay? If you're struggling with that, or if you're in tune with that, then these two cards will make a lot of sense to you, because to be in touch with ourselves, we need to have that time just to zen out, to connect with nature, because that brings us back to ourselves. And then when we do that, we're like, oh, holy shit, I'm actually this ball of celestial fire that's got such a huge sense of purpose. And so when you do come to that place of understanding yourself, then you can sort of come back to your journey and come back to your mission and approach your world from that place. We're starting fresh. We're like, cool, here I am. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to go after what I'm going after. And I understand that shit's whack in the world, but shit's been whack for the last 6 months. Move on. Yeah, especially if you've been in Australia. Like, Australia started burning like sort of in the later half of last year. We've been at this shit for a while now. Yeah, we could all end up in lockdown again. Cool. What are you going to do about it? You know, like, the circumstances occurring outside of ourselves right now are what they are. They'll occur as they need to occur. We need to keep coming back to who are we? What is our journey? What is our purpose? How will we pursue that? And then the full also, in this card, usually it shows like a guy who's about to walk off a cliff. So there's a sort of implied ignorance in this card. So in this one, we've got the girl and she's walking with her headphones on and she's walking and she's not really looking where she's going, and she's walking into like a bunch of pigeons and they're all like, fuck off, and flying away, and she's completely unfazed and she's got her headphones in so she can't hear what's going on around her. She doesn't know if someone's calling after her, or if the siren's driving past or whatever, because she doesn't give a shit. And she's not ignorant. Don't forget this. It's not the time to be falling into a place of ignorance. We know shit could go wrong at any second, at any moment, but we also know that that's the nature of reality. That's the nature of the world. You could drop dead at any second. You never know. But also, shit could go right at any second. Shit can go right at any moment. And so the way that you carry yourself and the way that you nourish yourself and the way that you chase and pursue your passions and your purpose right now are going to dictate the opportunities that arise and the doors that open for you. And you can be ignorant, or you can be ultimately aware, and that is inherently up to you. That is a choice that you get to make. Because at the end of the day, we are the masters of our own reality. Don't you dare let yourself believe otherwise. You decide how you carry yourself, your mindset, the state of your body, the state of your being, your health, your mental health, your environment is all inherently dictated by the way that you think and the way that you perceive and the way that you interact your world. So make sure it's good. Make sure you're full of purpose. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're finding that balance between the grind and the restoration and relaxation, and keep an open mind and adopt a beginner's mentality right now. You don't know what's coming your way, and that's brilliant. You don't know where you're going to end up in 6 months, and that's awesome, because we have all the space and all the room to achieve some really magical, interesting, fresh, powerful, creative, innovative things. You are the fucking fool. Do you know how many cards are ahead of you, mate? Like 77. Do you know how many things you can do with that? It's all up to you and how you play it. So if I leave you with any piece of advice right now, it's get clear on what your priorities are and get clear on whether or not you're living your day-to-day life in a way that progresses you towards your priorities and your goals and all that type of jazz. And also make sure that your own nourishment and your own pleasure and exploration and connection with your world is a part of that list of priorities. And then if it is, inherently you will rest, and inherently you will nourish, and inherently you will restore, and inherently you will work hard, and everything will come into play. And we're really learning to become masters of ourselves, masters of our state of being, masters of our own opportunities, our own realities. So keep it coming, keep it going, enjoy it. I hope that whatever passion and purpose you're filled with right now is big and bold and brilliant, and that you don't limit yourself, and that you don't hold yourself back, and that you forget about all the bullshit and keep coming back to like yourself and your own wizardry.